Welcome to Gold Medal Business, the place to be if you're a children's activity and sport entrepreneur who is serious about growing and scaling your business to six-figure success and beyond. We talk growing your team, growing your students and your venues, and so much more. I'm Katie Cannon, former 5 times British gymnastics champion turned 7-figure entrepreneur. Are you ready to get started? Let's grow your business. Welcome to our Gold Medal Community exclusive boutique company just for you in the children's activity and sport industry. So if you're a children's activity entrepreneur, whether you're teaching gymnastics, dance, football, science, art, you're in exactly the right space to give you exclusive nuggets, because I want you to actually implement. These aren't long episodes. I'm not on here for like an hour. They're strategically like 15, 20-minute sessions for a reason, so you can implement. So if you're finding this super valuable, I want you to share it with someone in our industry that's going to get a lot of value and a lot of support. So today I want to share with you on the message on you're not doing enough. So some of you, this is going to hit home. I want you to give, a punch in the face and a lot of love, but I'm going to give you some hard truths that may be the reason why, if your student numbers are not where you want them to be, is because clearly you're not doing enough in your marketing. And this may be, you may think you're doing enough, but the reality is when I look at children's activity businesses on a day-to-day basis, I can see the loopholes, I can see the gaps. And it can be a small tweak that makes a massive difference of an extra, say, 10,000, 5,000, whatever it is in your business. So I wanted to train today on the subject on you're not doing enough and giving you some ideas with some small minor tweaks on how you can improve your reach out methods in your marketing and how you can improve the reaction and the amount of people clicking on whether it's your call to actions or enrolling in your trials, enrolling in your classes, whatever the case may be in your marketing machine. But when are we saying we're not doing enough? So often, and I've literally just trained on this in one of our mentorship calls, literally we're just fresh off the back of, that we do on our monthly training. And we can sometimes think we're doing enough. We think, but I've reached out to that person. I've called that parent. I've emailed that parent. But are you doing enough? You need to do multiple touch points, and you can relate this to every area of your business. You may relate this to how many social media touches you're doing with someone, how many reach outs to a parent you're doing, how consistent you are on your marketing. It's not just being like, I'm going to run ads for like 3 weeks and I'm going to see what the reaction is. When anyone says that to me, I'm like, don't even bother. You've got to see this as a long stream strategy. It's the same looking at your retention funnels and looking at your reactivation strategies and your internal and external, how you're reaching out in your whole marketing machine is, are you doing enough of it? So you can relate exactly what I'm training on today for you in every area of your business. So there's a few things that I wanted to touch on today that will really support you with the are you doing enough in your business? So I want to start with the one call to action. I've just recently reviewed a few clients' websites and brought this to their attention, but I want you to look at all of your marketing and I want you to look and go, are we doing enough in terms of call to actions? So what this may look like for you, it may look like, okay, we have our website, but we have one call to action to book a trial on the homepage. On the homepage alone, there should be 2 or 3 call to actions sprinkled throughout your homepage. Then think the same. How can you implement the same onto your landing pages, into booking a trial pages off the face of your Facebook ads? How can you implement the same in terms of whether it's a leaflet, your local traffic marketing? How can you implement the same into partnerships and collaborations with your call to actions? So it's thinking, how can I generate more response on the front end of your marketing to get more people clicking through to then obviously turn into new students for you? So often we don't want to bombard people. But remember, in today's world, People are busy. We're like goldfish. You got 5 seconds to capture someone's interest. If they can't find that call to action clearly and efficiently, and the message is repeated again and again, they're going to forget you. We duplicate, and I highly recommend you do the same. We do this in gyms and we do this in Gold Medal. We duplicate sometimes the same marketing. We duplicate the same social media posts, the best reels, the favorite message, the clear things you need to know. There's a reason for that, because we are repeating the main mission and the main actions you need to be taking in this industry to get results. We're continually changing our message. It's not landing. It's going to get forgotten. So you need to repeat to get the result that you're wanting to achieve. Are you ready for that next level of growth and you're super serious about getting the level of support that you need? Then look no further. Our Your CEO mentorship program is open for you to apply to if you are insanely serious about growing your marketing, your team, your next level leadership. You're really serious about that next level growth and scaling your brand to your next vision and beyond. This is exactly the right mentorship for you. It's a 12-month mentorship which is completely tailored around your needs to grow and scale your brand in the children's activity industry. With over 100 years of experience in this program of myself and my team that are sharing weekly trainings of team successes, but also the one-to-one touch. One of the things that we're incredibly powerful and proud of our mentorship is it not only gives you the group element, but it gives you the high touch, the high nurture, and the one-to-one support that I know after teaching hundreds of entrepreneurs will really take you to that next level. So if this is something for you, I want you to book a call in the show notes below. Get yourself in front of our team so we can see if this is exactly the right fit for you and to get you up and running and to start to see your business thrive. So number 1 is your call to action. Number 2 is your asks. I want you to look and get, you should know this. You should know, if you've been following us for a while in our community, you know how the massive focus needs to be on your key KPIs on a day-to-day basis. How many asks are you doing on a day-to-day basis? How many asks are you doing from your leads in terms of booking a trial, asking to enroll, asking to book a summer camp, asking to book an event, asking to be of service in a school or a partnership? It's looking at how many asks are you doing daily. If that is looking like, I can't remember the last, I did 2 on Monday, I think. And last week we did 10 asks. It's not enough. And that's why I titled our live today, It's Not Enough, because you need to be really clear on that is your sales process. All we're talking today is your sales process. And it baffles me when people in our industry don't have sales departments. You need to have, it could be someone 2 hours a day. It doesn't have to be this big fat department with 40 people in it. You need to have someone who is selling for you on your behalf on a day-to-day basis, or else you are going to struggle with sales. So call to action, asks. How many asks to book a trial? How many asks to become a member? To join your classes are you doing on a day-to-day basis? Follow-up. How many follow-ups are you doing? So if you are asking, and you'll find all what I'm teaching today are that they're basing on each other, they're following on. So if you're doing asks, what comes next? It's follow-up. So how many follow-ups are we doing on a day-to-day basis? So maybe you said, okay, yesterday we asked 10 people to book a trial. Have you followed up with them today? Have you followed up to see if they've got your message? Are they interested? Is the location right for them? Is the time right for their child? So it's that follow-up process, and it's not going, okay, I did it last week. I think I don't want to bother them. Don't want to bother them. I just wait for them to come back to me. Well, you're going to be waiting a long time. Certain people sometimes will come back to you for sure, but you need to follow up. Life is busy. You are most likely in their brain, but they're like, I do that when I've got time. I do that. Yeah, no, I know I need to do that. Yep, it's in my mind. I know I need to do that. You're at the forefront of their mind, but something else happens. Their child gets sick, family member gets sick. need to pick up a child from school early. Before we know it, you're not the priority. They're checking in with you next week. Then it delays your sales process. Before you know it, that money's not in your account this week. It's then in 3 weeks' time. Do that duplicate over the year, you have cash flow issues because you're not doing the follow-up strategically enough. So we've got the call to action, we've got asks, we've got follow-up, we've got phone calls. How many phone calls are you actually doing? Are you doing one phone call to someone and expecting them to call you back? Or are you doing multiple touches? So as you're doing the ask, the phone call could actually be you're asking someone, you're calling them up and asking them to join your classes. You ask them how they got on their trial. You're asking them to book a trial. The phone call could also be related to follow-up. You're following up from that trial they've done. You're following up from that summer camp booking they want to make.
Hi there, my name's Shelley and I run a theatre school business for children called Stepping Out Stars of Tomorrow, hence the bowler hat and the show pictures in the background. I've had my school for 15 years and absolutely love doing what I do, and I've had several business coaches through that period, but I just felt with Katie that I really connected to her. She was really lovely on the phone. I felt that she had a wealth of experience which would really help me take my business to the next level. And that's not to say that the coaches that I'd had before weren't great, because they really were, but I really like the fact that Katie's mentorship had lots of different children's activities in it, and I think it's fantastic that I can learn from football coaches or rugby coaches. It's not just about dance and performing arts, and that was something that really struck a chord with me. I've been in the membership for the last couple of months and I've really enjoyed the time that I have already started to implement some of the amazing things that Katie has suggested. The first being bringing an extra 55,000 into my business, which could be fantastic if that comes off. So yeah, I'm really super happy and really recommend CEO membership. It's great.
So you've got those interactions. You can then weave that into your email section. So you can do these call to actions through a variety of methods, whether it's your phone call, whether it's your email, whether it's a text. But the main thing is you're reaching out to them on a day-to-day basis. Now, if you've contacted someone on the Monday, and I really recommend if they're hot in your process, i.e. they've come into your world, they're probably hot off an ad, and they've come into your world on the Monday, you need to make sure you're really hone tuning and really focusing on them that week. Do not be calling them 3 times a day. Please don't. One is plenty. But I want to differentiate for you the difference between doing enough and thinking you're pestering. And then in turn for that, you're not doing anything. One phone call, maybe one email is not enough without any follow through. In our mentorship call we just had, we were talking massively on the repercussions of constant follow-up and actions. And when you're doing this time and time again, the first 3-4 weeks, you might not notice much of a difference. If you do that over 6 months, your business is going to blow up. And you will not be one of the companies that comes to me that's struggling with student numbers, because you're actioning every piece of the funnel that you need to be doing consistently and frequently. And I want you to be in that percentage. I did the results. We talked about some results that I shared with you the other day. And, our community are having the best student numbers that they've had. Our business, it's booming with amazing student numbers and marketing numbers because of the last 6 months of implementation and growth that they have put into action. It's not what they did yesterday. It's the constant action over the last 6 months. So whether it's a phone call, whether it's an email, whether it's the call to action buttons on your marketing, whether it's your asking, whether it's your follow-up, I want you to really refine and review everything you're doing. And I want you to look at, okay, are we really doing enough? You should be, if you've got, say, 100 spaces to fill in your classes, for example, you're wanting to by far be having 50, 60 trials a month, to be converting 20, 30 off the back end, to then fill them in the next 3 to 4 months. So think of the numbers, pedal back a bit, rather than being like, I have 100 spaces to fill, I'm not sure how to fill them. It's going, how can I strategically plan and come up with a plan of action? So it's not a hope, wish, and a prayer. You've actually got a plan. So if you need help with this customization in terms of looking at what you're doing and working out the plan on how this can then be enough for your business and your goals, I want you to drop us a DM or comment whatever platform you're on. I want you to reach out to us and literally put, I literally want you to put enough. And I want you to put that one word so we can get in touch with you to book a call with you directly, because the support you need on this is pure customization. We need to see what you're currently doing to where you need to be to get the results within your business. That's one thing when you followed us for a while, we're huge on hand-holding, personal touch, and it starts with a phone call together. So I want you to comment the word enough so we can get in touch with you and make sure we dial this in for your strategy. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, please share this with your community so that we can benefit and support as many children's activity entrepreneurs as we possibly can. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you've enjoyed and you've really got some great benefits, please share with someone you know or someone in the children's activity space to really support them in their growth as a children's activity entrepreneur. Please hit subscribe so we can hit more people and get more great value to them. Thank you so much for being part of our community. It's an honor each week to train and nurture you, and I cannot wait to hear all of your great business successes.